What is the one drill that can instantly increase your speed? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you what that drill is, how to do it, and why it's so important for your sprint speed, and why it will instantly make you run faster. I used to have perfect sprinting form, but I wasn't always fast. This was because I was spending time doing drills that number one, didn't transfer over to sprint speed, and number two, had me thinking consciously versus subconsciously. And honestly, these drills were pretty old school and traditional just because that's the only thing my high school coach knew. But once I made this simple conceptual change to the way I did my drills and the drills I did, I transferred my sprint speed from 5.2 to 4.53 in the 40 yard. This one simple change is something I learned from Olympic coach Joel Smith. And like he said in one of his best books, any athletic movement starts with the xiphoid projection, or the heart projection, an isometric contraction of the adductors and abductors and the lengthening of the tailbone / lower back. This sets in motion the four elements of good athletic movement.
Number one, spinal extension sets breathing. Number two, loads the feet and peaking joints. Number three, floats the hip joint. And number four, creates the tailbone or the lower back as a leverage point.
So I'm going to teach you how to get this perfect athletic posture and some drills to do so you can ingrain it into your sprint training so you can be a faster athlete. The first thing I'm going to teach you is the athletic posture itself that I was explaining earlier. You want to enter the position we talked about moments before, get into a very small knee bend, push the heart forward, keep a long tailbone, push into the inside of your foot, and then squeeze the groin slightly. Now hold this position for 1 to 3 minutes as an isometric hold. You can also do this with a 90-degree isometric lunge hold. First, get into a split stance position, then get into a deep lunge. Keep a tall back, slightly push your chest forward, screw your foot into the ground, squeeze your glutes slightly, and hold this 90-degree lunge position for 2 to 3 minutes each leg. Now that you can establish this position for a good amount of time, 2 to 3 minutes each position, now I want you to learn how to transfer this athletic posture to your sprinting. So the drill we're gonna do for this is toe dribbles into a sprint. For toe dribbles, I want you to enter the athletic posture, then think about stepping over your foot, so you're going to be bouncing off the ground. Once you bounce off the ground, step over the next foot and then jog over each step. Then you can slowly bring in more speed until you're doing a full toe dribble while holding the athletic posture at the same time. Now I want you to do a toe dribble for 10 yards and then turn it into a sprint for the next 10 yards. If you want a full guide on how to do a toe dribble correctly, I'll probably put a video right up here, but eventually I'll make my own video on how to do toe dribbles, knee dribbles, and calf dribbles. Another drill you can do that's a little bit easier is A switches with the athletic posture. The first thing I want you to do is get into a sprinter stance position. This is pretty much what an A skip looks like, and then I want you to learn how to switch your body in place. The way you're gonna do this is drive the leg that's up down as hard as possible. So drive the foot down and back, and then switch the other leg at the exact same time. You don't wanna wait for the foot to touch the ground. You want to do this mid-air and then hold that sprinter stance and do it again. Now that you have that in place, start adding momentum to it by moving forward slightly every single switch. This is called a switch. For reps and sets, I'm gonna give you a template probably right here or right here, so you know the right reps and sets we do in the Speed Academy to improve our technique and our sprint speed at the same time. And if you're struggling to run faster or increase your explosiveness, then you should hop on the Speed Academy. Either click the link in the description or the pinned comment for a special discount code possibly.